just going to continue to develop, and he's just going to continue to look stronger and stronger as time goes on. And Peab is a really big reason for that, right? And we've already seen a taste of that this weekend. The same goes for Juanpi with Palutena. This is going to be really, really fun to watch because if anything, I can tell you this much, this is a battle of two people with some of the best fundamentals in the entire scene. You know how Lima was talking about problem players and problem solvers?
Yeah.
These two are both problem solvers.
Exactly. So who will pose the first one? Because you don't want to be the one who gets solved. So I'm interested to see how these two will interact in these neutral interactions as they're kind of just, pacing back and forth, feeling at each other out in this beginning moments of the game.
Well, it's all going to be about taking that stock lead, getting to play the way that you want to. And, I mean, Megaman is almost certainly going to get off to that damage lead because it's kind of hard for Palu to get anything started really early on. She's going to be kind of poking and prodding at Megaman until she can launch him up into the air like this. Juanpi dropping that combo a little bit, but Peabnut, that is great for him, able to escape to the ledge, reset his situation. But again, these juggles, Big M, that is going to be the story for Palu in this matchup.
Yes. The juggles have been insane so far, and that up air and just all of Megaman's aerial set, it is not talked about enough, as this character has an insane aerial set. I mean, I say that with Palu.
Well, yeah, true. Some of the best aerials in the game, but
yeah.
You can also say that, I mean, especially when you take into context the kit that Megaman has, right? It is not just about, oh, these aerials are good in a vacuum. They work so well with his other moves, and look at that, just right there. Juanpi messing up a little bit, trying to get a ledge trump going, but instead got caught by the Crash Bomber. Peab gets a combo into the back air, and Juanpi is just continuing to get blown up literally.
Yeah, you're talking about, how Megaman's meta can always be developed. The Crash Bomber is such a unique special move. Like a timed bomber that is also a sticky bomb that connects to your opponent that could even go on invincible targets, as you saw when Juanpi was coming off of that Halo platform. There's just so much to that move that Peabnut is utilizing perfectly so far.
And trust me, Peab will shoot that Crash Bomber at you every single time to try to catch you coming off that Angel platform. Barely able to live that back air. I guess we're just before that rage scaling starts, so Megaman barely able to hold on. Got that Metal Blade in hand. Tried to catch the warp to center stage right there with that. Maybe could have gotten a big combo off of it, but Juanpi just right back to the ledge. Still has a little bit of work to do, getting poked out by these lemons and not able to connect his kill.
That was an interesting movement off of there from Juanpi. Just said, I'm going to teleport, so I'm not in an area that you expect me to be when this Crash Bomber goes off. And utilizing the Crash Bomber, it gets Peab, and it was only the little tap from his own Crash Bomber that actually sealed the stock out there.
I can tell you that in bracket, Juanpi is all business, but if he hit that during friendlies, he definitely just went, yippee!
I can feel it.
Either did that or he went, bye-bye. He's a big bye-bye guy. Love the use of the warps, by the way, too, where there was a PG Stats video a while back talking specifically about the way that Peab uses Crash Bomber and how it sets up for so many situations where you're kind of stuck, right? You have to choose a 50-50 and Peab can play off of that, but Juanpi is mitigating that a little bit by warping as far away from the Mega Man as possible so that when he gets hit by that Crash Bomber, there's not really a follow-up for Peab to go for.
Yeah. It's a good, interesting strategy. I want to see what the development on that is, as like if Peab starts to kind of catch on to that, gets really insane plays and insane reads if you kind of are following the drift, but...
A little bit of a drop right there from Juanpi, though, out of shield. Got a little bit greedy going for that down air to start up a big combo. Kind of needs it to get back into this game, too. Peab, again, see, start up big combos with that grounded down air. You can hit them behind you, immediately follow up with the back air. Juanpi going to go for that same ledge trap. Does hit Peab, but it's also on Juanpi's shield. Not going to be able to do much with it, and he says, you got little blue projectiles. I got one, too. Have this.
Yeah, the double F smash there. Going to seal it out. Peab has a comfortable lead here as Megaman. Oh, wow. I love that ladder combo there with that up smash into the Crash Bomber. He's really just a master of his elements right now.
That was just such a great call out from Peab, too, because he's noticed that a couple of times when Juanpi's done that warp trick I was talking about earlier, he's jumped before he did it. So he said, before that up B can even activate, come out, before you're gone, I am going to hit you, and then you're going to eat all this damage, 64. But we're going to last stock. Again, we're talking about a guy that is a problem solver in Juanpi. He is going to be in a game until the very bitter end, and he has found some amazing ways to fight back from almost unwinnable situations already this weekend, and he has got opportunities to do it here against Peabnut, hunting for that downer.
Yes, indeed. And here we have it. I mean, Metal Blade in head is always a scary scenario, especially against Peabnut, because you know he's looking for something nasty. But yeah, so did you straight up to the Blasto, but only kissed the barrier there. Did not actually end up losing the stock. So Juanpi has a chance to fight back, but gonna get caught putting the down tilt immediately on wake up, and that F smash so good at catching those types of options.
It's really, really smart stuff from Peabnut because he's noticed, right? And again, knowing that Juanpi is a very patient, pragmatic player, he's seeing him take his time on the ledge, right? Getting up off of it, using that warp to re-grab the ledge, issuing your invincibility to make sure that you don't get caught by something crazy from Peabnut. But Juanpi's been a little bit slow coming out of the corner, so Peabnut's taken advantage of that twice with that Mega Buster. The first time we saw it punishing the auto reticle, and the second time punishing the down tilt. And I think that both of those speak to, the first time Juanpi was like, okay, I want to challenge you with you running back to center stage. I want to challenge that mid-range. Then he ate the forward smash for it. So the second time he said, all right, well, if you're going to be up close shooting a forward smash or something at me, I want to use this down tilt to set up a tech chase, try and get something big. But instead, got a mid-range forward smash for it. So Peabnut just kind of one step ahead of Juanpi right now.
Yeah, and these steps are very crucial as, whoever is farther along this path will find themselves going on in this top 64 bracket. But we're here, game 2 on small battlefield. One of the coolest stages that was added in the middle of the game's lifespan gave us a nice little small stage that has a similar dual platform layout to PS2, but those smaller, lower to the ground battlefield platforms gives some interesting interactions.
Yeah, you get to play a scrappier game than you would on other platform stages, right? You can stay up close to your opponent. You can really apply some pressure. I bet that's what Juanpi is going to look to. By the way, I just want to shout out whoever one of these two pick some Tekken 6 music because, yeah, the electric fountain is banging. Right now, though, Peeb, oh my goodness, look at the patience here with the ledge trap. Because, again, he knows he's not at immediate risk all the time with Juanpi getting off the ledge. He can take his time. He can look for something big.
Oh, but I saw an interesting interaction there. Juanpi was able to down tilt the Crash Bomber based on how Peabnut put it there. So that could, start something new. But actually just going to attach it to Juanpi this time. But no, a nice little transfer there. And both players just kind of invincible through it.
Here's Juanpi off stage, has to contest with that Metal Blade. He's going to take that hit, probably tried to tech it. Nonetheless, he's fine even with missing it and somehow able to maneuver around that back air from Peabnut. I thought that was definitely going to be the end.
Yeah, I mean, and that's one of the gifts of a teleport recovery. You can kind of just go in any direction, and there's no visual cue on where you're going, and the longest reaching down tilt to get the kill confirmed.
That is why we love that lingering down tilt if you're playing Palu, right? That you get that crazy combo setup at those kill percents right when you know that back air is going to do you dividends. Peabnut going for the read, trying to get that second Crash Bomber to connect. Juanpi's still living, though. Didn't let anything big happen. And keeping the pressure on Peeb.
Wow.
That parry, though, you're going to catch this Shoryuken. Tekken music might be playing, but I don't care. We're throwing it back to Street Fighter.
A DP is a DP, and I love the parry to kind of seal out the stock there. All right, here we're going on to stock 2. Both players evened up, and just I've been enjoying the neutral interaction so far. They're going so fast and quick, but these decisions are split second, but very intentional.
Juanpi trying to make his way back to stage unscathed. Will be able to do so that time, able to react to that forward smash. Peabnut trying to mix him up a little bit with that movement. He's had a different approach to trying to land those forward smashes pretty much every time he's tried to put that pressure on Juanpi, but that time just kind of got called out.
All right, and there it is again. The parry on that runoff fair, and Peabnut's going to confirm another kill off of the up tilt. Very good out of parry option. It just kind of seals the stock, and
oh my goodness.
There goes the leaf shield doing all that damage.
The footstool guaranteeing that you get all of those hits too, right? So a clean 18%, and it's pretty much completely safe, but game's not over yet, obviously. Juanpi just needs one more solid hit near the ledge to get this done. Peabnut fighting back with vigor, waiting for that counter too.
Wow.
Juanpi getting called out a couple of times here. Peeb is just playing so smart.
Yeah, things are all coming up Peeb so far. But Juanpi able to get the down tilt, but does not get the back air this time. Able to air dodge out as Peabnut just in time. But there goes the up smash, very committal. Juanpi gonna retaliate with an up tilt of his own. I'm liking what we're seeing so far. We're having a last stock scenario here. Will Juanpi be able to kind of answer back and put himself on the board, or is Peeb gonna take it?
We'll see. Back air right now, setting that Palutena off stage. These ledge traps have been so devious from Peeb. Although that forward air contesting, my God, he just called him out big time right there. He said, I don't care about your one frame down air. I got a Shoryuken waiting for you for the 3rd time in this game.
Talk to me about one frame there. That up tilt is so good, being able to use it and have that first frame of invincibility and just chin check the mess out of somebody coming down onto you. And all 3 stocks taken by 3 very strong up tilts.
I'm just amazed that Peeb kind of set that up as a win condition and found it every single time for a stock, and in different ways too, right? We saw a parry, then we saw him, I don't even remember the way that he got it the first time. I don't remember if it was a confirm or what, but I know that we had a parry in there, and then that advanced from parrying an aerial into that up tilt to just straight up calling out the aerial before it could even come out and launching that Palu to the sky. Again, you're seeing that Peeb is paying so much attention to these player habits and really taking advantage of them. So game 3, he's got all the momentum. Juanpi has got to fight back big time if he wants to stop this 3-0 from happening.
Yeah, this is the third verse, same as the first here, as we're back on small battlefield. In this game 3, like you said, Juanpi wants to kind of avoid that 3-0 and a handshake, showing that they are a true competitor and wants to kind of put up as much as they can. But here so far, Peabnut just kind of seems in a flow state that is unmatched or unrivaled.
See this back row setting that Palu back up at the ledge. Percent's even here at the start of the game, and that can tend to happen, right? Both of these players do have some pretty decent damage output of their own, but Peeb right now getting caught again by that lingering down tilt. Juanpi leaving that out there to try to get his big connection. Love that leaf shield off the ledge, though. Difficult to contest with, and usually Peeb can find a way to play it pretty safely.
All right, and there goes the up tilt once again, even catching the Metal Blade as they do it. And oh wow, even tried to get the freaking teleport recovery read, but just seconds or pixels away.
Oh, trying to get to that roll on or that high recovery with that up smash. Juanpi actually just going to end up eating that Crash Bomber, trying to linger around and catch that recovery from Peeb, who's trying to catch out that timing off the ledge as well. Again, we're talking about taking down those player habits, deconstructing them, and getting an advantage off of them. That is something that Peabnut has been doing exceptionally well this sim.
Yeah, things are getting frustratingly difficult to kind of land those killing blows for Juanpi, but this is the advantage state that they can take advantage of here super well. But oh, he ends up getting grabbed. The back throw, not going to do it, but put you in a very perilous situation here. And okay, this is the ledge trap here that goes to forward air, gotta clean it up, and that flame sword actually has really great kill power at those super higher percents. A nice way to kind of seal out a solid stock.
Juanpi not catching a high recovery from Peeb. Does catch him getting onto ledge. A little bit of predictable timing right there, right? Just getting off the ledge instantly. Juanpi able to catch that out. We'll get ledge trump back aired for his troubles, though, so Peabnut gets to continue on this damage. Sliding off of that leaf shield does put him in a bad spot, though, so Juanpi getting to rack up a little bit of return damage of his own. Man, it's just so fun to watch this set because it feels like, aside from that game 2, things have just been even the entire way through.
Yeah, I mean, it was just insane. We saw there, like, Peabnut kind of did, like, the fastest ledge trap known to man there. But, regardless of that, Juanpi's here fighting back, getting that down tilt forward air and putting on the pressure, teleporting right back, and Peabnut ends up losing the stock there.
You talk about putting on pressure, like, dang, he probably could have made that back, and yet he went down anyways. And again, you know, you got to shout out these guys for being problem solvers, right? You know, being the kind of guys that can look at a set as it's progressing, and, you know, the last few minutes of the game are going to look very different from the first few minutes. One of the things that I've been impressed by, too, is that Juanpi has had some crazy combos off the Metal Blade, too.
Oh, yeah.
Kind of nasty.
And the super high teleport once again, but this time not going to go as terrible as the first, as Peabnut trying to get a big punish. But down air, going to reverse the situation immediately. Oh, I love that up air call out, but Peabnut not at that time. And there goes the back air. This is looking very bad.
Connected so many of those downers. Juanpi with a little SD. No, never mind. He's able to make it back. I thought he was gone for sure, but Palu's got just enough distance to reach up and grab that ledge. He does get to stay alive, playing with this lead as well. Peeb, though, going to take him right off the top with that air shooter, so it's last stock game 3.
Yeah, it's such a unique kind of true combo there, as it's very delayed, as your opponent can't really jump out of those unless they want to meet their demise even earlier, so the double up air actually going to take it there. Peabnut continuing to put on pressure with these aerials.
See Juanpi just putting on a little bit of that mid-range pressure with the auto reticle, saying, look, if I can get just a little bit of extra free damage, some payoff dividends later. Nice little Metal Blade to cash out for some extra damage there at the end, too. And Peabnut, I mean, that matters. Every single percent counts at this point, because 66%. We are actually starting to get pretty close to just 1 or 2 more solid combos from Peabnut, and then this game's over.
Yeah, but we are in that up tilt. Oh, wow. I just lied to you guys. We were not in up tilt percent, but the up tilt did connect and land. Juanpi's going to have to watch out there, or they will be leaving the stage with a 3-0 in the handshake.
It's such a scary place to be in, too, because Palu almost always wants to be landing on you with aerials. And Peabnut has been so good with that parry game that if you do that one more time, if he gets one more parry, he can up tilt. And like you said, that game will definitely be over if he gets another. Juanpi just stick it in that shield because he doesn't want to give Peabnut anything for free. Back throw going to reset the situation, has a chance for an edge guard.
Oh, yeah, all the resources expended, but just going to have to use Rush one more time here, and Peabnut able to make it back. But the double back air going to blast our way to a game 4.
And I'm excited to see that because, again, this adaptation has been so back and forth between these players. It has been so fun to watch. And we do get to see another one. Juanpi staying alive in this set and trying to get himself hyped up for the rest of it. Because, again, just like we saw in that previous set, he has got to hype himself up for a reverse 3-0 if he wants to stay alive in the winner's bracket. But Peab, right now, cool as a cucumber, just considering how do we approach this game 4? How do we close this set out now and not let the pressure get on at the end?
Yeah, I mean, it was a very interesting set of interactions there that led us to this game 4. And these two, I'm glad we have another game here because it's been super entertaining to kind of watch them. And like real students of the game to kind of glean a lot from this set as both players are kind of playing at full pace here.
I'm taking a second to think about it too. Again, two cerebral players, so you want to consider what's the game plan going to be for this game 4? What have I shown? What does my opponent know that I'm going to do? Where are they going to take advantage of those habits? And what are the new things that I can throw at them? How can I kind of turn the chessboard around and find a new way to approach this game? We'll get it in game 4 on Pokemon Stadium 2, so a lot more room to maneuver. Again, Juanpi picks small battlefield as he's going for that footstool into something. Not sure what he's looking for, but does rack up quite a bit of damage and does get to continue his ledge trap. Lots of damage built up already, and again, if this game stays close quarters, definitely looks like it's a big advantage for Juanpi and the Palu, but obviously on Pokemon Stadium 2, plenty of room to work with.
Yes, and this room is what kind of creates these insane neutral interactions as both players have their own kind of stage real estate, but being able to take that space shows that you have very good control of the pace of the game in general. But Peabnut here on the offensive, able to kind of command space with this Metal Blade, because as soon as you get hit by it, you know that Peabnut is going to, get some kind of crazy confirm or at least a grab and start, putting on the pain.
All right, but the pain putting on from Juanpi right now, 109 on Peabnut. Love using that Crash Bomber to cover his way back on stage and re-grabbing the ledge there as well. Not even. Why did he get his invincibility back? That's actually kind of crazy to me.
Because he got tapped by his own Crash Bomber, so technically he was hit.
Really?
Yeah, and got ledge invincibility back. I'm very interested to see more how that tech kind of works in the intricacies, because it has to be a little bit more than that, but very, very cool tech from Peabnut there.
That has to be hard to do too, because you can't get hit by a launcher hit of the crash. Oh, you're gone. Oh, you're gone. You're dead. That's crazy. And Peeb's so good with juggling with that move in the first place, right? That as Palu, you don't want to expend all your resources and get caught out, special fall or anything like that, trying to get away from those up airs, from those air shooters. So really good stuff by Peabnut to apply that pressure. But Juanpi still firing right back, keeping this game even. As we've seen so many times between these two players, they're matching each other step for step right now.
Yeah, Juanpi kind of gave Megaman a little bit of his own medicine there. Had an interesting trade that kind of made Peabnut, buffer a pellet, and immediately got back air for it. But here we are on stock 2 for both players, and it's only going to get more interesting from here, folks.
See Juanpi retreating to the corner, Peabnut forcing him in there as well, keeping that pressure on with those projectiles. Just that last hit of the Nair dragging you in, though, so we're going to go for a ride, a quick 55. And Juanpi going for the big read, but I think that he was a little bit too late with that forward smash, and Peabnut was able to air dodge through it. But dang, that could have been a big turnaround for this set.
All right, here we go. And there goes the Metal Blade Z-drop. It does a double back air there. Got to get the shield poke. Juanpi actually coming up fine there, able to get back to stage and not losing the stock, but the pressure is on.
Stuck at the ledge. There's that warp to center stage. We've not really seen that from the ledge at all. And, from players like Chag and Luis, we actually see that a lot. Chag especially will just warp to center stage almost all the time. But that's literally, I think, the first time we've seen that from Juanpi in this set coming off the ledge. It is a scarcely used option, and partially it's because you have to respect what Megaman can do if he gets a read on that.
Yeah, we've seen that Peabnut is not afraid to go for those reads if he gets even an inkling that you're going to be doing something like a teleport straight to the middle of the stage.
No, Big M. That's Megaman.
Oh, of course.
Different
my
character.
Fault, my fault.
I know we were talking about Inkling earlier.
You know, and I love Splatoon 3, so it's on the mind. I don't know what to tell you.
The terrible cheap shot jokes aside, we are 2 stocks apiece, both players at kill percents. There is, again, another parry from Peab. Juanpi doing a much better job of both playing grounded and not being as predictable with his timing, throwing out those aerials, because Peab has been getting so much off of those parries, as we've seen before. But that's why this set has started to really kind of even up between those two. That was the big weapon for Peab in those first couple of games. Not as prevalent here, though. Is able to use some of those other tools at his disposal to take that stock and put Juanpi onto his winner's bracket final stock if he's not able to clutch up and take this game 4, which he just might be able to do, getting some great timing with that back air.
Yeah, welcome to One Stock, everybody, and things are coming down to the wire because this is set point for Peabnut, but Juanpi's just trying to fight to get to that game 5.
From there, anything is possible, but got to take it one game at a time, one stock at a time. And it's just one stock left to see whether we're going to get a game 5 or whether this set is going to be over. Peab pushed back into the corner. Great use of that grounded game, though. Good maneuverability to get to center stage and take control back from Juanpi for this game. You got to see him start racking up some big damage on these combos. Tech chase on the platform is huge for Megaman because you can't just keep shielding those air shooters. They will shred that shield.
Yeah, I mean, it is such a tough position because, yeah, they'll shred your shield, and then there's that setup where you can get the back air to shield poke due to all that shield damage. Yeah, Juanpi just has to get out of there, gets the teleport to stage, but oh, mess up on the up air, but you just get another one, and it's over, ladies and gentlemen. The air shooters send us to a 3-1 victory for Peabnut.
I